October 24, 1986. A child is born in Toronto, Canada, who will grow up to completely redefine what it means to be a rapper. But here's what makes this story remarkable. This child wasn't born into hip-hop royalty. He wasn't raised in the birthplace of rap. He was a biracial kid from Toronto who spent his teenage years playing a wheelchair-bound character on a Canadian teen drama. Every odd was stacked against him. The hip-hop community didn't take Canadian rappers seriously. Acting was considered a career killer for credibility, and singing in rap, that was practically career suicide. Yet somehow, Aubrey Drake Graham would rise from these unlikely beginnings to become the most commercially successful rapper of the 21st century, accumulating more Billboard Hot 100 entries than any artist in history. This is the biography of how an outsider became the blueprint. Born to Dennis Graham, an African-American drummer from Memphis who had worked with legendary musician Jerry Lee Lewis, and Sandy Graham, a white Canadian Jewish educator. When Drake was 5 years old, his parents divorced. His father returned to Memphis, while young Aubrey remained in Toronto with his mother in Forest Hill, an affluent, predominantly Jewish neighborhood. Despite the neighborhood's wealth, the Grahams struggled financially. Growing up as one of the few black kids in a wealthy Jewish neighborhood created a unique cultural perspective. Drake attended Forest Hill Collegiate Institute, where he was exposed to both his Jewish heritage through his mother and his African-American roots through his father's visits. This duality, never fully fitting into one world or another, would profoundly influence his music's themes of belonging, identity, and emotional vulnerability. The Degrassi Years, 2001-2009. In 2001, when Drake was 15, an unexpected opportunity arrived. A high school friend's father helped Drake land an audition for a new Canadian teen drama called Degrassi: The Next Generation. Drake was cast as Jimmy Brooks, a popular basketball star who becomes physically disabled after a school shooting. From 2001 to 2009, Drake appeared in over 100 episodes of Degrassi, earning approximately $50,000 per year. The show gave him visibility and financial stability, but it also created an image problem that would haunt his early music career. While filming Degrassi, Drake began pursuing his true passion: music. His 2006 mixtape, Room for Improvement, showed a young artist still finding his voice. Critics largely ignored it. The hip-hop community saw him as Jimmy from Degrassi, not a serious rapper. The challenge was monumental. How does a Canadian child actor gain credibility in a genre that prizes authenticity above all else? The breakthrough. 2009-2010, everything changed with So Far Gone in February 2009. This mixtape showcased a dramatically evolved Drake, blending hip-hop with R&B in ways that felt fresh and emotionally raw. Songs like Best I Ever Had and Successful demonstrated his signature style. Introspective lyrics about relationships and vulnerability, delivered through seamless rapping and melodic singing. The mixtape went viral, generating over 2,000 downloads in the first 2 hours. Industry power players took notice. Lil Wayne invited Drake to join his America's Most Wanted tour in 2009. By June, major labels were in a bidding war. Drake signed with Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment for a multi-million-dollar deal. In September 2009, his EP So Far Gone debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200. At 22 years old, the former child actor had achieved the impossible: legitimate respect in the hip-hop world. The superstar era, 2010-2013. Drake's debut album, Thank Me Later, arrived in June 2010, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 447,000 copies sold in its first week. The album featured collaborations with Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Alicia Keys, cementing Drake's position among hip-hop's elite. However, critical reception was mixed. Drake's response came with Take Care in November 2011. Working extensively with producer Noah "40 Shabib, Drake crafted a cohesive, atmospheric sound that defined his aesthetic. Take Care won the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album and spawned multiple hit singles. The title track, featuring Rihanna, won Best Rap Sung Performance. By 2013's Nothing Was the Same, Drake had become a global phenomenon. The album debuted with 658,000 copies sold. Songs like Hold On, We're Going Home crossed over to mainstream pop, while Started From the Bottom became a cultural anthem. Drake had evolved from outsider to industry leader. The global dominance, 2015-2018. In 2015, Drake released surprise mixtape If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, selling 495,000 copies in its first week. One Dance spent 10 weeks at #1 and accumulated over 2 billion streams on Spotify. During this period, Drake incorporated Caribbean dancehall, UK grime, and African Afrobeats, introducing these genres to massive mainstream audiences, though generating cultural appropriation criticism. By 2018's Scorpion, Drake achieved unprecedented dominance. The mega-hit God's Plan spent 11 weeks at #1 and won the Grammy for Best Rap Song. Drake became the first artist to surpass 50 billion streams on Spotify. The modern era, 2021-present. Drake's 2021 album Certified Lover Boy, setting a new record. His most controversial project came in 2022 with Honestly, Nevermind, a house and dance music album that polarized fans. Many questioned why the world's biggest rapper would pivot to dance music. Drake's response suggested an artist no longer concerned with meeting expectations. Throughout 2023 and 2024, Drake continued releasing music including For All the Dogs, maintaining his streaming dominance while engaging in high-profile rap feuds, most notably with Kendrick Lamar. The legacy, as of 2025, Drake's statistics are staggering. Over 170 million records sold worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. He holds the record for the most Billboard Hot 100 entries with over 300 charted songs. He's won 5 Grammy Awards and 34 Billboard Music Awards, but Drake's true impact transcends numbers. He fundamentally changed hip-hop's relationship with melody and emotion. Before Drake, rappers who sang were often ridiculed. After Drake, melody became standard. Artists like Lil Uzi Vert and Juice WRLD built careers on the blueprint Drake established. Emotional vulnerability, melodic hooks, and genre-blending production. He proved that hip-hop could be introspective without losing credibility, that a Canadian could surpass American rappers, and that artists could evolve through multiple phases while maintaining relevance. Conclusion: Aubrey Drake. Graham's story is about defying expectations. Every phase presented new challenges, gaining credibility as a former actor, maintaining relevance after initial success, evolving artistically while staying commercially viable. His journey from uncertain beginnings to confident experimentation mirrors hip-hop's evolution, from underground culture to global phenomenon. Drake didn't just ride that wave, he helped create it. The kid from Toronto who wasn't supposed to make it didn't just make it, he rewrote the rules entirely.